A Calgary boy struck in a hit and run while in a crosswalk captured on CCTV.
My leg got ran over. I broke 3 bones.
Bentley's family wants the driver to turn themselves in. Snow. Tired of it yet?
We could still see these snow events into April.
Why these late winter, early spring snowfalls are more tricky. And Calgary to host Canada's first ever sumo festival.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla Di Giuseppe.
Good afternoon. The family of a young boy struck in a hit and run while he was in a crosswalk wants the driver to do the right thing and turn themselves in. It was caught on surveillance video, and a warning, we are going to show you that video, and it may be graphic to some viewers. Tyson Fedor joins us live from Taradale tonight. And Tyson, take us through what happened here.
Well, Camille, I can tell you that Bentley St. John, a 12-year-old boy, was on his way to his bus stop. He was crossing in this marked crosswalk behind me. He looked both ways before entering, and about halfway across the road, that's when he was struck by a white car. It was a 4-door sedan. That vehicle then took off. Bentley was left with a broken leg in 3 places. Now, at this point, the video that we mentioned shows the moment Bentley St. John is hit by a vehicle before it flees the area. The white car continues driving along with 3 other vehicles. St. John is heard screaming and rolling away from traffic to get out of the road before 3 bystanders eventually come in and help. Calgary police say they are looking for the driver of a 4-door white sedan seen in these pictures. It has tinted front windows along with a sunroof. St. John's sister, Jaden Jacobson, says she was horrified by the incident. His uncle, Gary St. Clair, says he's outraged by the lack of awareness of drivers that did not stop to help.
He almost has to crawl and roll out of there before anybody even acknowledges the fact that he was hit by a vehicle. And, you know, it's painful to watch. Like, people nowadays are so scared to help for anything. And it's like, you know, I miss the days when, you know, somebody would trip over a curb and 10 people would stop and be like, hey, are you okay? Nowadays, that doesn't happen.
Coming up at 6 o'clock, we will hear firsthand from Bentley St. John, who was knocked over in this crosswalk behind me. He's now recovering at home with a broken leg. I can tell you that investigators are also asking the public in this area, anyone with security footage or dash cam footage, to come forward to police or Crime Stoppers. Camilla?
All right, Tyson, thank you. The province says a baby with a case of influenza has died. The latest respiratory update from the province shows a child under the age of 1 who had the flu has died. The province did not disclose where in Alberta the child died. 258 people with the virus have died since the start of flu season in mid-August, which is a record. More than 3,800 people have been hospitalized. Just over 20% of Albertans have been vaccinated. And just as spring is on the horizon, Old Man Winter sneaks up on us once again. Since midnight, police have responded to dozens of crashes. And Tyler Barrow joins us now. And Tyler, the roads were rough this morning. What are they like now?
Cam, it was a much more pleasant drive taking Deerfoot Trail southbound to get here compared to what the roads were like this morning. Now, traffic was moving smoothly while snow was cleared to the sides. Taking a look at what the roads were like this morning, this is what conditions were like about 12 kilometers past the Cochrane turnoff on the way to Banff and Canmore. In the city, snow piled up with crews working to clear Priority 1 roads like Crowchild Trail, Glenmore Trail, and Memorial Drive. From midnight till 4 p.m., CPS responded to 100 crashes with 16 resulting in injury. The city will continue to work on clearing Calgary's busiest roads. Once that's done, the focus will shift to snow routes and high-volume community routes, knowing this might not be the last snowfall of the year.
We anticipate that we could still see these snow events into April. It's not unusual for Calgary. You know, the biggest challenge with winter events at this time of year is the fluctuation in temperature. We are seeing very low overnight temperatures, so we just want to remind people to be mindful of trouble spots such as hills, bridge decks, and intersections.
Now, in accordance with city bylaw, homeowners have 24 hours to clear their sidewalks after the snowfall has ended. And since no one wants to be hurt heading into spring, Emergency Health Services is advising people who are shoveling their sidewalks to use an appropriate size shovel and not load too much snow on it and take a break if necessary. Cam?
All right, Tyler, thank you so much for that. Let's bring in our Danielle Savoni now with our first look at the weather. Where he was doing his live hit, looks like we've had a break from the snow. Are we expecting more?
Yeah, we're going to see more. Now, for the city of Calgary specifically, this is the biggest bout of snow this week, but we're still going to see on and off snow, a little lighter in nature, for the next 2 days. And then by next week, we're looking at potentially record-breaking heat. So winter for the rest of this week. Next week, very, very spring-like. -5 is the temperature right now. Feels more like -11 with the wind chill. Some nice fresh white snow out there that is also melting on the roads, and it's a big slushy mess. All right, this is your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Wind chills of -15 for the morning and -16 in the afternoon. So it's still cold tomorrow. Keep that in mind. And again, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies with on and off flurries. More snow expected for Saturday. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up.
Danielle, thank you. The city is extending the distance of the shutdown of 33rd Avenue Northwest after finding more problems with the Bear Spa water main. Workers identified valve issues along the old line and need to address them right away. Work in that area was originally supposed to be minor and not start until next week. Work near 33rd Avenue and 83rd Street will last for 10 days. Water restrictions remained in place, and as of yesterday, water demand was 489 million liters, still inside the green safe zone.
We ask for you to take action to keep our water demand in the green zone, under 500 million liters each day. And Calgary, Airdrie, Chestermere, Strathmore, and Setina Nation, you are delivering.
The city says the Bear Spa feeder main will remain shut down for about 3.5 more weeks while reinforcement work continues. Calgary's mayor wants ENMAX to consider selling off the American power company it owns. He also wants to consider the city-owned utility company to take over Calgary's struggling water system. An independent review of the 2024 water main break recommends transitioning to the municipally owned corporation. Given the job ENMAX does with electricity, Mayor Farkas says it should run water utility as well separately. The mayor questions whether ENMAX should continue to own Versant Power. That's the American company ENMAX bought in Maine for $1.8 billion 6 years ago.
For me personally, I look at just the political volatility. I look at a lot of the rhetoric from American politicians right now. Even if Versant generates a relatively higher rate of return, I have some serious concerns just around that volatility, the risk that's involved for that return.
In a statement, ENMAX says it welcomes the opportunity to talk about taking over water utility. It also says there have been no discussions at the board level to sell Versant Power. Prices at the pumps are expected to keep rising while Canada and several other nations take measures hoping to tame energy prices during the war in the Middle East. According to Gas Buddy, gas across Alberta was up 8 cents a liter in the past week and is expected to spike again soon. The International Energy Agency agreed to release 400 million barrels of oil reserves to counter a spike in global oil prices. Canada exports more oil than it uses, so does not keep a reserve, but is exploring other ways to help. This is expected to have ripple effects throughout the world until the trade route reopens.
Canadians are already feeling the pain at the local pump whenever they need to fill up their vehicle. But now shipping rates are going to end up being impacted because diesel has taken such a high jump in price. When you factor in all of those things, that means groceries. That means your front door delivery.
You might also notice a steeper cost to travel. WestJet says in recent days, fuel prices have continued to rise and fares have adjusted accordingly. Well, still to come, a suspect goes on a massive spending spree, from stealing bank cards to impersonating a bank worker. and police want to find him. And a southern Alberta woman on AISH speaks out about her shrinking housing benefit. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. Calgary police are trying to identify suspects wanted in a recent stabbing in the northeast community of Cornerstone. Investigators released these pictures of the suspect's vehicle, a 2008 to 2015 Infiniti EX35. Around 3:15 Sunday afternoon, a man in his 20s was found stabbed along Corner Glen Row. He was rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries and remains in serious condition. Police are searching for two men in their early 20s with light complexions. One was wearing a red hoodie, the other a white or light-colored hoodie. Police believe the attack was targeted and is asking anyone with information to contact them or Crime Stoppers. Meantime, police want to find this man who they believe went on a $43,000 spending spree with stolen bank cards. Investigators say a man's wallet was stolen from his jacket while he was having lunch on November 27th. Several online purchases were made, and the victim received calls from people impersonating RBC's fraud department to try and get additional information from him. The suspect is in his late 20s to 30s, 5'11" to 6 feet tall, and with a short beard. If you have any information, contact police. Last fall, a woman from Medicine Hat who is on disability was frustrated to see she would be losing money on her housing benefit. But now she's about to lose even more than she first realized. Quinn Keenan reports.
A recalculation for the community housing benefit for those on AISH will see recipients get a little less each month once their benefits are renewed. Medicine Hat woman Monica Van Eiderstein thought that meant she would be losing $100 a month. Instead, it's $166. She claims the issue stems from a discrepancy in utility costs.
And she said, well, they took my rent and then my utilities, and they rounded my utilities to $73 a month. I said, but I don't pay $73 a month for utilities. I pay roughly around $120.
That represents a large portion of what Van Eiderstein makes in a month. A person on AISH can receive a maximum of $1,900 each month. That'll stretch an already tight budget even further.
That $166. That's a lot of money, like that. And I'm going like, the government's just making it harder and harder and harder for poor people, people with disabilities.
Van Eiderstein is also raising her grandson. Currently, she receives the child tax benefit because of it, but he turns 18 in a year and likely won't be able to move out by that time.
That's going to be really hard to live off, I don't even know how I'm going to juggle everything.
The community housing benefit asks for 30% of a beneficiary's gross income to cover housing. Before the change, AISH recipients had large portions of their income exempted. Some who were paying as little as $300 a month for rent could now be paying over $500. This change better reflects federal guidelines according to the province.
There were a couple programs inside the province that did not meet that standard, and we're down to about 17%, which would mean that something like a single mother who was working full time, who needed support to be inside affordable housing, was paying almost double rent of certain individuals that were on fully government subsidized programs.
Quinn Keenan, CTV News, Lethbridge.
All right, let's bring in Danielle once again. Before we get to those potentially record-breaking temperatures, we do have more snow on the way.
We do, yeah. And yesterday I was saying, brace yourself for 3 days of winter. So we're almost done one of them. Then we've got 2 more. Let's be honest, we need the moisture. Shoveling can be good exercise. I'm trying to be positive about this for you. So with this first round of snow, we've seen anywhere from 6 to 9 centimeters of snow in the city of Calgary. I don't have official numbers yet, but that's what it looks like at this point. So with these next waves, we're not looking at amounts that high. We're looking at a couple centimeters here and there. So on and off snow right through until the end of Saturday. And then Sunday's a transition day and it starts to shape up. And then next week we're very spring-like and potentially record-breaking for warmth. It's a completely different story. -5 is the temperature in Calgary right now. Temperatures are all over the place as well. -3 in Medicine Hat, but sitting at the freezing mark. Lethbridge, Milk River, Pincher Creek, some communities in the far south got above freezing earlier today as well. It's been a gusty one. 80 kilometers per hour was the max gust so far in Pincher Creek, and around that 50 mark, Lethbridge and Medicine Hat. Tamer when you head up to the north, as we talked about for today, closer to that 30 mark. We may get up to 40 over this next hour, but then winds calm down and they should be relatively calm in all communities for tomorrow. All right, here's a look at what's been happening. Here's a look at a wider shot of satellite and radar, and we're going to get a consistent feed of moisture from the southwest. That's why we have the potential of on and off snowfall as some of this makes its way to our side of the mountains. And we're also going to get a good push from the south on Saturday. So the closer you are to the U.S. border, the higher amounts of snow you are going to see on Saturday. There is still a snowfall warning in place north of Medicine Hat, north of the Trans-Canada for the wave that we have right now. So but by the time this wave is done, 20 centimeters in some localized areas here. Everywhere else, it's really starting to taper off. So I'm going to show you what's happening for tonight. Tonight in Calgary, we're going to see this fizzle out, but we still have on and off snow possible for tonight. And then for tomorrow, you'll see some pockets of snow pop up here and there. Again, nothing as significant as the wave we had, but we could add tomorrow night, for example, 1 to 3 centimeters of snow, and then there's that push from the south on Saturday. So heavier in the far south, but it will make its way all the way up to Calgary, past Brooks, to Hannah, for example. But the further north you go, the less you're going to see from this on Saturday. When you look at from now right till Saturday night, here's a look at the snowfall totals you can expect. 7 centimeters in total in Calgary. And as you can see, the further south you go, the more you can expect, closer to 20 centimeters, Milk River, Pincher Creek areas. All right, longer range forecast, -6 in Calgary tomorrow, on and off snowfall. You may even see some sunny breaks, a few flurries throughout the day, but most of the snow will be tomorrow night, 1 to 3 centimeters possible, another 2 to 4 centimeters on Saturday. Saturday will be the coldest day of the next 10 days at -10. And then look at Monday, 10 degrees, mid-teens for Tuesday. And after that, we will get close to that 20-degree mark, believe it or not.
Quite the swing, Danielle. Thank you. Canmore's livability tax program is one step closer to reality. Next, a legal decision paving the way in helping the town tackle its current housing crisis. As we mentioned earlier, the price of oil surging again. Joining me is Robert Geary, investment advisor with the Popwich-Karmali Advisory Group. So, Robert, this is stoking inflation worries.
Yeah, I mean, this is on the back of some volatile trading here again today. We obviously had those, the strategic oil reserves released yesterday. That did not help. We still have this crimp of supply out of that Strait of Hormuz, and this is causing concerns of if this goes on longer, what is this going to do to inflation or even stagflation, where we're not going to get any growth, but we're going to get inflation continuing. So the market is starting to price in that we, may not see any rate cuts, especially in the U.S. here at all this year. And we saw that here reflect back into the bond market. We saw yield spike in the shorter end of the yield curve, saying that, hey, we might get any cuts here, and there's potential that we might to see shorter term rates actually increase. So we're going to have to see what happens here, but it's going to be some weeks before we get any kind of clarity out of that Strait of Hormuz.
And also we're seeing that Canada's trade deficit is widening.
Yeah, this is big numbers out of January, and it is widening, 3.6 billion. It was almost triple what it was in December, and a lot of that was based on the back of automobiles, and that was down 22% month over month, and that is massive change. And this is on the back of obviously tariffs, but there's other kind of atypical stoppages as well on some part delays and whatnot. So that pushed the deficit, quite low here. What I'm expecting, though, is a bounce back for February as well. Because of the price of crude, you're going to get a bounce back on Canadian crude exports here in February.
All right, Robert, thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
The courts are upholding Canmore's livability tax program. The program applies a higher tax rate to homes that are not used as primary residences by owners. It was brought in to help with the housing crisis in the mountain town, but was put on hold while an appeal worked its way through the courts. The town is anticipating legislative changes by the province that could exempt Albertans from the higher tax rate. A young boy is recovering after a harrowing traffic crash. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Camilla, the child was struck by a car in Taradale on Tuesday and lay in the road with a broken leg while other motorists drove by. At 6, we'll speak with him about the terrifying experience and see how the police investigation is going. Also ahead, police are trying to track down a credit card thief who went on a $43,000 spending spree. Cam.
Tara, thank you so much. Well, in Calgary right now, we're sitting around -5 degrees. It's cloudy out there, but at least visibility is good for motorists who are trying to get home from work or wherever they're going. Danielle has more details next. All right, let's talk about when the snow returns again.
Yeah. Well, it'll be on and off. Okay. So you'll see snowflakes here and there. Now, with this last wave, this one we're just finishing up, we got anywhere from 6 to 9 centimeters in Calgary. Unofficially, of course. With these next waves, we're looking at less than that. So -5 is the current temperature. Today's high was -2, but that was at midnight, and then we fell throughout the day. For tomorrow, -6. Few flurries here and there throughout the day, even some sunny breaks, but by tomorrow night, 1 to 3 centimeters, and then another 2 to 4 centimeters on Saturday with a high -10. Then we're done, and then look at this. I'm normally pretty conservative with my long-range temperatures, but it looks like we could get close to that 20-degree mark Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
No complaints. Thank you, Danielle. Calgary is set to host a sumo wrestling festival this weekend. The athletes have arrived in our city, and it's the first time they've ever been to Calgary. 3 are from Japan, and 1 is Egyptian. They're taking part in Sumo Fest 2026, where they will host an exhibition at the Nutrient Center. The event is produced in partnership with the Calgary Japanese Community Association. It's hosting a market and cultural events as well. The wrestlers say they're eager to show their craft to Calgarians.
And now here I am in Canada for first time at all in Canada, Sumo Show. We do it here. We write history for sumo, and for myself, this is legacy for me to do something here in Canada for first time.
The event takes place tomorrow evening, and there are 2 shows on Saturday. We have posted more information on our website about the event that starts tomorrow evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.